Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Dublin and I'm back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Bridges by Alika. She's won Eesti Laul and will represent Estonia in Eurovision 2023. So let's kiki. As always, I will leave timestamps in the progress bar if you want to skip straight to my reaction, which is usually after around 3 or so minutes. I think Estonia are in a pretty good place in Eurovision right now. They have a 57% qualification record, which is pretty much around average, but they've got a really nice position. Eesti Laul is a great national final. I feel like it doesn't work every single year, but generally pretty good way for Estonia to develop their artists and get a good variety of songs. I think this year with Bedwetters and Ali, we had some more rocky songs, and then we had our usual Estonian ballads as well. So I felt like there was a really good mix. You know, Estonia have been top 10 4 times in the last 13 years, which is pretty good. Considering it's only a country of 1.3 million, I do feel like they punch above their weight. They've got a really good system, and I feel like they sang quality pretty much every single year. So I think they're in a great place. I do think it would be nice if they could try and break into the top 5 at some point. Obviously that kind of like big result has eluded them since they were top 3 twice in a row in 2001 and 2002. So haven't really reached those levels, but I do think the competition has come along in terms of quality. So I think it's just harder to get into the top 3 now, especially like if you consider back then there were less countries and there was no Italy or Ukraine. So getting into the top 3 was a little bit easier back then. But yeah, they've had lots of iconic entries. Kula is fantastic. Goodbye to Yesterday was my number 1 in 2015, I think. I thought that was going to break to the top 5. I was a little disappointed it didn't. And then obviously Stefan last year closed the show. So yeah, Estonia's in a good place. My favorite going into the final was Ali, but I did have Alika as my number 3. I think it's a very nice, pretty song. I already reacted to it before when I covered all the Eesti Laul songs. The song did get blocked, the music video. Hoping now that if I react to the national final, that audio won't be blocked. I'm pretty sure the visuals will be okay, but hopefully the audio will be alright as well. There's a lot of blocking going on this year and I haven't found a workaround other than chopping the song up. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Okay, this is Alika Bridges, One and Only Secret Bang. So I think the piano playing itself at the start is kind of cute. And like I saw the semi-performance, so some of the aspects won't be a shock to me. I like her staging, I like her styling. It's lighter than I was expecting. I thought she might be wearing something darker. Vocals are very good. I think that's a clever staging concept, the piano playing itself. It's kind of an interesting thing to grab people's attention at the start. I think they can keep that. That is a lovely hook. Ooh, nice cut there. I like that cut where you show the piano and then have her sitting down. Exciting, I like that cut. There's good ideas here. The song is lovely. It's got a kind of the piano feel, that nice intensity. She's singing it very well. For me, it's not really so much a song you'd listen to at home. It's a more performance song. But that fits Eurovision perfectly, so. She's performing very well. She's got good confidence, good charisma. She doesn't look awkward. She's selling it. Ooh. Okay, some of those vocals could be cleaned up a tiny bit there. But yeah, this is an excellent performance. She's very young as well. To give a performance this quality is really impressive. Okay, I like some of the camera cuts they're doing. They're a little bit choppy sometimes where they're showing close-ups of her body. A little bit like Love Wave from 2016. Okay, this is a bit where she gets a bit more aggressive. I'm liking how she's doing it more in the final now. The semi was a little bit too like she was starting to fight. Ooh, beautiful big note there. Really impressive. And bring the piano back in. Okay, so there are some good ideas here. I think they can flesh out a little bit more, but what they've got to start with is great. Yeah, and it's a lovely song. It's got a really sweet melody. And it's so difficult to sing, and she sings really great. God, that's amazing. What, that ending is fantastic. Really, 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 really impressive that she's such a young girl. And this is my first year, I think, I've seen her in Eesti Laul. I'm not sure if she was in it before. I don't remember if she was. But really, 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 really impressive. Like, okay, let's look at, there are a lot of positives to take out of that. First of all, like some of the staging ideas they have already. I think the playing piano yourself, I don't think we've seen that done before. I'm sure it's been done other places, but I don't remember it being done at Eurovision. So that's a new idea that is just going to be interesting. Now, because we have the televote only semi-finals this year, so there's no jury voting in the semi-finals. Under normal circumstances, this will qualify from jury vote alone. So a little bit unfortunate now. I don't think that they need the jury. I still think this will qualify with the televote, but it would be so much easier if the jury was there. So they do have to make some small considerations for the televote, and I think that self-playing piano is something interesting at the start which will grab people's attention. There is this slight concern that with ballads, they do tend to be the songs that people will go away, get a coffee or a tea, particularly if they're bunched together. If you get 2 or 3 ballads in a row, that third ballad is really screwed. And that's nothing to do with the song, it's just bad luck. So they've added in some extra things here which pique people's attention. She's fantastic as well. Her vocal is very competent, professional. Yeah, I feel like towards the latter half of the song, there's maybe less of like a visual entertainment going on. I know that sounds really vapid, but yeah, you do need to pander to an audience that has the attention span sometimes of a goldfish. So I think that her vocals and the melody are probably buoyant enough. But yeah, I do think there's like maybe some slight elevation that could come probably from the visuals. I think in the LED screen, they can just add a little bit more and that can kind of like entertain, that can just elevate it in the latter half. In terms of styling, I thought her dress was kind of nice. I think maybe she'd go for something a little bit more wow. In terms of her performance, absolutely, there's like almost have no notes. I think she does that like almost perfectly. The bit where that's a bit more kind of like angrier in the pre-chorus going to the final verse, in her semi-final performance, I felt it was a little bit like she was trying to start a fight in a club, and that looked a little bit more like restrained, kind of like impassionate and intense as opposed to like pissed off. So that's already an improvement for me as well. But like this whole performance is just really classy. It's an absolute and utter definite qualification. Estonia are in the first half of the second semi-final, which at this point in time, people are saying, myself, not everyone, you'll never get everyone to agree on anything in Eurovision, but I think this is the weaker semi, and she's in the first half. Funnily enough, actually, the songs that we have so far, pretty much all of them are in the first half. We only have one of the second half songs, keeping in mind that Albania will probably revamp. So we only have Slovenia's final song, whereas in the first half, we have 4 songs. So we have a better idea what she's up against. I think at this point in time, it absolutely and utterly wins the first half of the semi-final. No problem whatsoever. Now, being a ballad is obviously going to be a little bit more difficult in the semis. In the final, though, she'll have the jury vote, so no worries there. But yeah, there is that like slight concern that they just have to pander their performance a little bit to entertain the televote. But yeah, we are going to get ballads qualifying from the televote. It's not going to be 10 girly bops qualifying or 10 folky bop songs. And it's just such a classy, beautiful performance. She's quite obviously a candidate to win the ballads in semi-final number 2. So yeah, I'm not worried about this at all, but I just don't want them to get complacent, and I want them to elevate over Eesti Laul. I don't think anyone should be just kind of settling for their national final staging, especially when we've still got 3 months until the competition. They've got plenty of time to just touch it up and upgrade it into something even more wow. It is once again Estonia showing off their depth of talent that they have in the country in songwriting and in performers. Like, she was the lead songwriter, and funnily enough, actually, one of the other songwriters of this is Wouter Hardy, who I am touting as a replacement for Borislav Milanov, because he is the one who wrote Tout l'univers with John's Tears in 2021, and he also wrote Arcade with Duncan Lawrence in 2019, which obviously won. And I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I would be surprised if he wasn't involved in the Netherlands song this year. He's already got a first place and a third place, so that's a pretty good pedigree to have when you're going into the final. Let's have a quick look and see how this was doing in the Eurovision scoreboard. Obviously we got quite a lot of songs last night. She's currently sitting 6th out of 15th, so that's really good. I think this is going to do really well with the jury in the final. Top 10 is a possibility. I don't see this at this point being a winner or top 5, but I could see it as a potential winner of the ballads in the final. I think it's definitely in contention for that. Okay, that's what I thought about Alika singing Bridges for Estonia in Eurovision 2023. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. I've seen another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.